grinding every day. Long hours, no backup, no accountability. That ends now. The Empower Solopreneur Mastermind gives you one simple advantage: a weekly power session that turns isolation into domination. Every Friday morning on Zoom, you'll get real coaching and real feedback to make real moves. Join a group of driven professionals in a program designed for solopreneurs and people working at home. Stop getting stuck. Start scaling. Seats are limited. Lock in yours today at modernobserver.com/empower-mastermind.
Putin continues to raise tensions with Europe, cracking down on SNAP fraud, Costco sues over tariffs, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Russian President Vladimir Putin stepped up tensions with Europe on Tuesday, warning that if the bloc sparked a war with Russia, Moscow was prepared to meet it. Putin also blasted European leaders, accusing them of sabotaging U.S.-led efforts to end the nearly four-year-old war in Ukraine. But if Europe suddenly wants to wage a war with us and starts it, we are ready right away. There can be no doubt about that, Putin said, according to the Associated Press. Putin was responding to a question about Russian media reports that Hungary's foreign minister warned Europe was preparing for war with Russia. Putin insisted, as he has for years, that Moscow does not seek a war with European nations. After the warning from Putin, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner met with him at the Kremlin on Tuesday to present a revised 19-point peace plan that Ukrainian officials tentatively agreed to after weekend talks in Florida. The White House said it was very optimistic about the high-stakes meeting, which comes after 2 weeks of intense diplomacy around President Trump's proposal to end the nearly four-year war. U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins on Tuesday threatened to cut off federal funding to states who refuse to share SNAP program data with the Trump administration. The administration will begin to stop moving federal funds into those states starting next week until they comply, Rollins told President Donald Trump during a cabinet meeting at the White House. Rollins said her department needs the state-by-state data on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as food stamps, to root out this fraud and to protect the American taxpayer. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said Monday she is recommending a full travel ban from up to 30 countries. I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies, Noem wrote on X. A spokesperson for DHS said, "We will be announcing the list soon." During a cabinet meeting at the White House yesterday, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said he didn't see that there were survivors before a follow-up strike was ordered on a boat allegedly smuggling drugs in the Caribbean Sea. The thing was on fire, Hegseth said, adding that he didn't stick around after the first strike. The Washington Post reported last week that Hegseth ordered a second strike that killed survivors, which experts say would have been illegal. President Trump said neither he nor Hegseth ordered the second strike. According to the White House, Admiral Frank M. Mitch Bradley was well within his authority to sanction it. Michael Dell, founder and CEO of Dell Technologies, and his wife Susan have pledged $6.25 billion to support a new federal savings program created for America's children known as Trump Accounts. The program, tucked into the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and signed into law by President Donald Trump on July 4th, provides every child born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028 with a one-time $1,000 government deposit at birth. Families can open an account once the child has a Social Security number, and funds cannot be withdrawn until the child turns 18. Costco is suing the Trump administration for a tariff refund. The retailer is asking for a full refund of all the duties it's paid under President Trump's reciprocal tariff policies, according to a lawsuit filed with the Court of International Trade. Costco becomes the biggest company to sue the administration over tariffs, joining Ray-Ban maker EssilorLuxottica, Kawasaki, and others in seeking relief from tariffs that they say are illegal. The Supreme Court is expected to rule on the legality of the tariffs next year. During oral arguments last month, most justices appeared skeptical of Trump's argument that he had the authority to impose the sweeping levies. The U.S. Transportation Security Administration said on Monday it will begin charging air travelers $45 on February 1st if their IDs do not meet stricter federal standards, a move aimed at encouraging travelers to get the enhanced identity documents. In May 2025, the TSA began enforcing the standards known as Real ID, but gave warnings and conducted enhanced screening for passengers without the new IDs. TSA officials said they would urge passengers without real IDs to obtain them or pay the fee before arriving at the airport. The $45 fee will cover travel for a 10-day period. Real ID was enacted in May 2005. Americans have had 20 years to get the ID. That's the Raw Naked Truth for December 3rd, 2025. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.